Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of Ramadan Daily Dose. The companion that we will talk about today is Abu Ubaidah bin Al-Jarrah radiallahu anhu. May Allah be pleased with this companion. He was one of the first converts to Islam. In fact, he was convinced to enter the fold of Islam by none other than Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu.
And one of the titles that he received from the Prophet ﷺ, that he was the Amin, or the trustworthy of the Ummah. And this title served him well because at the death of the Prophet ﷺ, Abu Bakr gathered the Sahaba together and he said that you have in front of you Al-Faruq, Umar bin Khattab, and you have Al-Amin, right, Abu Ubaidah bin Al-Jarrah in front of you, choose between them. And in fact, Umar bin Khattab actually said that he wished to give the bay'ah, to give the allegiance to Abu Ubaidah, in which Abu Ubaidah responded that how can I take the pledge when we have Abu Bakr in front of us? And we all know how Abu Bakr became the first Khalifa, and Abu Ubaidah served under him in a lot of different capacities.
Yeah, so he was a general in Abu Bakr's time, he was a general in Umar's time, and then later on he passed away before Umar's term was over and before Umar radiallahu anhu died. And when Umar was trying to think of who would succeed him, who would be the next companion to be the next caliph, the next khalifa, he said that if Abu Ubaidah bin Al-Jarrah was alive, it would have made his decision to choose and appoint someone so much more easier. He would have just chosen him, and that was that.
And so we see that he had many great characteristics, but one of his greatest characteristics was that he really wished for the progression and for the advancement of the Ummah. And that when it came to himself, that he chose to live a life of simplicity and humbleness.
And to really illustrate that point, let's look at two stories. The first story talks about how he really wanted the best and progression and advancement for his Ummah. So when the Muslims conquered Al-Aqsa, when they conquered Jerusalem, they came in, and the leader of the Muslims, Umar al-Khattab radiallahu anhu at that time, came in walking in patched garment and clothing. He didn't look his best. And this really disappointed Abu Ubaidah bin Al-Jarrah a lot, to the point that he went up to Umar and he admonished him and he said that you are the leader of the Muslims, you are the leader of the believers, and because of that title, because Islam should be the best, and because our community and our ummah should be the best and be so progressive and be so advanced, you should look your best when you walk in through here.
And a lot of times, some people will look at the story and think that Abu Ubaidah, that he was filled with love of this dunya. But it wasn't for the love of this dunya for himself. As we mentioned, it was that he wanted to see the ummah succeed, and he wanted to see it progress. Because when it came to his personal life, he led a very simple and very humble life. And it was actually mentioned that Umar, he used to visit a lot of his amirs, a lot of the people that he had under him in the different areas. And so he went to visit Abu Ubaidah in his in Syria, in Sham, and he basically said, let's go to your house. And he said that if you come to my house, it's only going to hurt your eyes. And Umar said, we're going to go to your house. So he goes there, and all he finds in his house, because they were going to go there to eat, and all he found was one jug for water and one rug for him to sleep. And Umar, at this, he was so surprised. He said that you're an Amir and this is all you have. And he said, did I not tell you that that by coming here it would hurt your eyes? And at this, Umar, he started to weep. And then Umar, Abu Ubaidah said again that, did I not tell you that this would hurt your eyes if we came? And he saw that the crying of him was because of the respect that he had for Abu Ubaidah, but he saw the conditions in which that he chose for himself.
SubhanAllah. So this is the man who wanted progression and advancement for his ummah, but humbleness and simplicity for himself. To learn more about this valuable and great Sahabi, this great companion, one of the 10 who were promised Jannah, look at the link below. There's a description, in the description box there's a link of a full video talking about his life. We hope this sparked your interest, and we hope inshallah that you continue to learn more about these other companions.